Hello everyone, it's me Pavlo with a super simple daily dose of Ukrainian accent. Today we are going to talk about really affordable budget-friendly earphones CCA Xyrra. They cost less than $20, link to the AliExpress will be in the description, and it's a hybrid model with single dynamic driver and single balanced armature. So everything is super straightforward here, let's have a closer look. Box has a familiar matchbox-like design with pretty nice polygraphy on the front side and technical specifications on the rear side. For us, most interesting are 27 ohms of impedance and 110 decibels of sensitivity. Inside, everything is also pretty much expected. So let's take everything out. Earpieces themselves. Stock cable and few extra tips. Pretty okay for the price, but even in the affordable segment we already saw some better examples of package and accessories. But still, I think for this price range we can have lower expectations. So let me open this bag carefully, but they used some strong glue. So okay, let's go the other way around and just tear everything apart. Who needs this bag anyway? So stock cable and 3 pair of tips, just white silicones, as we can see on earpieces themselves. Nice, attractive metal faceplates with interesting design and the semi-transparent shell made of smoke gray plastic. Inside you can see all internals, so dynamic driver, bunch of vent holes, and as far as I see, balanced armature is located in the spout. Pretty traditional. Really nice long and extended spouts, which I like, and good wearing comfort, fitting nicely into ears, and thanks to the extended spouts we have slightly above average noise isolation. There are lips for holding the tips and some thin protective grill that covers spout from debris and dust getting inside. So let me put tips back, and here is stock cable. There was some evolution in stock cables for such earphones since the last time I've tested something like that. But idea is pretty similar. Tube-like insulation with cables inside. Average in terms of softness with light microphonic effect, not too big but still noticeable, and the QCI like pins with recessed pins. I still think that it's the best option in this price range, so probably I'm not fitting it correctly. Actually pretty tight fitting sockets. Ear hooks, then it goes here. I have a version with built-in microphone, and it goes to the splitter without chin slider and down to the regular 4-pin jack. In general, I think it's kinda okay for this price range for the affordable earphones. Sound-wise, these earphones does exactly what you expect from this set of drivers. Dynamic driver gives you substance on the low frequencies, and balanced armature gives you clarity and details on the mids and treble. On top of that, they are pretty good in terms of coherence, not perfect, but still pretty nice stitching of these frequency bands, so you won't get this feeling that it's just two disjoint drivers playing separately. So bass goes on the good depth, not maximum, but pretty close to maximum depth. It's slightly accented, but not too much. It's not some bass head model, which is great. And which is even better is that main accent is made on the mid bass. So deeper layers of bass are present, but they are not overwhelming or over dominating to make everything sound like a huge thunderous punch. So mid bass is nice, it has good body, detailed, but not too much. So overall, pretty much balanced, and bass is not bleeding on the mids, giving you nice textures. Resolution is not maximum, but still pretty sufficient. So all in all, for this price range, I think bass performance is pretty nice, especially if you have taste closer to mine in terms of quantity. And example for the low frequencies is, let me just set brightness to maximum, otherwise modulation spoils image a little bit. So not perfect, but much better now. So Massive Attack, Exchange from the classical album Mezzanine. Nice, gorgeous bass line with lot of nuances, lot of layers, and they appear, disappear, transition, and these earphones play it pretty nicely with exactly good amount and giving you nice contrast with mid frequencies and treble. So mids are balanced armature, slightly focused on the small nuances and details, not too much, but lacking a bit of presence and substance on the lower part of the mids. Sometimes male vocal suffers from lacking weight, but that's the price to pay for the clarity. It's more a matter of the quality of records, because on the well-recorded stuff you'll still get good weight, but on problematic records they won't try to hide this fact. Imaginary stage is slightly above average in width and about average in depth, with pretty nice positioning of instruments and good amount of space between them. Upper mids are boosted, also by my taste not much, but to give more clarity to female vocals and distorted guitars. On really complex passages they are not perfect in terms of technicality, but otherwise they deliver pretty nice resolution. And example for the mid frequencies will be Eluveitie, Iris Mono. Interesting, great metal with a lot of instruments, guitars, and things like that. So on the growling male part, I'd like to get a bit more body, but still for this price range, I think that performance is nice. Guitars are not too veiled, giving you overall nice sense of presence. And the high frequencies, they have about average extension, slightly fast attacks and decays, meaning that you're getting a bit lightweight type of treble representation. But they are not too shouty or too energetic. Also, in my opinion, of course, because everything in this review is just my opinion and my subjective tastes. I'm not a person that can give you objective review. Spoiler, no one can do that, but some people try to say that they do. Anyway, of course, attacks and decays are fast, and that gives you that airness and lightweight feel of the balanced armatures, and overtones are simplified, I mean complex and extended overtones, but basic overtones are nice and giving you good clarity and sense of timbre correctness for the instruments. Don't expect things like layering here. It's not some audiophilic earphones, but overall it's kind of Simple but really clean and nicely done treble that pairs really well with bass, balancing it in a really pleasant V-shaped signature. And example for the high frequencies will be John Zorn, a shoot in the dark. Lot of things going on in this track, lot of different instruments, and of course saxophone. Everything is shooting to high frequencies, trying to go higher and higher, and these earphones lacking technicality in the treble area to give you 100% performance, but still outcome is pretty enjoyable, not too shouty, and that's a pretty good thing. In terms of pairing, these earphones can be used with smartphones, tablets, and stuff like that, but some nice, inexpensive deck will be a great plus for them. I won't be doing any comparisons here because I didn't test anything in this price range for quite some time. And in the higher price range, like from $25 and higher, you already can get like better sound. So to summarize everything, if you are on a tight budget, really tight and not stretchy, or you want some really inexpensive pair, this CCA model offers a pretty nice value. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a nice day.